Thought of the day, day 35, yours to give. Give each other faith, for faith and hope and mercy are yours to give. Into the hands that give, the gift is given. Look on your brother and see in him the gift of God you would receive. It is almost Easter, the time of resurrection. Yours to give. Give each other faith, for faith and hope and mercy are yours to give. Into the hands that give, the gift is given. Look on your brother and see in him the gift of God you would receive. It is almost Easter, the time of resurrection. The resurrection is the denial of death, being the assertion of life. Thus is all the thinking of the world reversed entirely. Life is now recognized as salvation, and pain and misery of any kind perceived as hell. Love is no longer feared but gladly welcomed. Idols have disappeared, and the remembrance of God shines unimpeded across the world. Christ's face is seen in every living thing, and nothing is held in darkness apart from the light of forgiveness. There is no sorrow still upon the earth. The joy of heaven has come upon it. Thank you for joining in this quiet time. So what I'm going to do now is turn on, say, Master Teacher tape, and that is sown in thorns and raised in lilies. All right, so that was the first half of the talk, and I had like, okay, this is a good moment to step out of it. So it's like this is a talk about, say, in fact, the recognition of the resurrection, the recognition that you can be born again, and also, and this is the hardest thing to discover, in fact, is that you're the dreamer of the dream. Like, did Jesus set this up for himself? Yes, he did. The whole crucifixion story is like rather graphically showing that there's no such thing as death. He proved that. To whom? To himself. And you have a memory of that too, because where does the story come from? It's like that story is ingrained in you too. And that makes it so different. It's like the whole idea of all the drama that you seem to be going through, all the episodes, all the things that seem to be happening. It seems like it's part of your life, yeah, like as if you're running a life, as if you're going through a lifetime, and it has, yeah, it is confirmed that that is the thing that is going on, and that's literally like 180 degrees opposite of the idea of awakening. So in other words, it's like there's no truth in that at all. And that you won't believe because you really think that your dream is real. No. So it would take a miracle to come out of that. Now this is a bit of the same theme as we touched, say a moment ago in the miracle recap. But you can see like that so fundamental. Like how can I convey to you the idea that you need to be born again, that there is no such thing as death. But if you see yourself as a man, as a new man, then death is very real to you. And that cannot be taken away either. So it's like you choose to be in a dream where death is real. Now, how do you wake up out of that? Well, with an idea of death, we say like, well, you might as well die right now. Like come into an experience or an really like an idea of giving it up, letting it go, releasing everything, and already going through that. Then, if it isn't real, it won't be the end of me. And so this you set yourself up for these death episodes. It's like that is the moments that you go deep, that you are literally touching bottom, that you feel all the pain and guilt and all of that. See, it would be useless to say like, well, none of it is real. Like, no, you're in the experience that it's real. You're in the experience that it hurts and that you have enough of it, that all the characteristics of the human life you experience when you wake up in the middle of the night, bathing in sweat because you're afraid. Or when you wake up in the morning and you see no ray of light whatsoever, feeling so depressed because there's literally no view that can take you out of it at that point. Like it would be useless to deny that is your experience, if that is your experience, of course. So this is what Master Teacher shares with us too, and that's a beautiful setup for a healing circle, of course, because it's like you have make this real for yourself. Now it is like the next question then is, are you willing to die now in that? Literally having that as your practice. And that sounds maybe a bit weird, but see, it is like, the interesting part is that it is a part of the training that you are doing, literally to come to the point where you don't know how to go through it, that you in fact feel all that pain, but since you are willing to die in that, to step into that, to go through that, in the moment, like in the moment of an intensity, of an experience of that intensity, you work your way through it, and you're not allowing yourself to go in that right away. Or if you do, that's great, but like it can take a moment before you can get that deep within yourself where that actually is occurring. I just giving myself as an example, like I had sufficient things of pain that I was feeling at a certain point, and to come in my practice, in my daily practice, I literally had like I had to stand up, listening to Master Teacher, for instance, at that time. I had to stand up as if I was giving birth to myself. Like, and this is not just one day, but this was a repetition that came back to me, that came back to me, it came back to me for I don't know how long, a long time. Literally, I was doing the work right there. I literally melted into the pain and went through that. But knowing, feeling the certainty that there's something underneath all of that. And not that I was really doing that work. It was more like I was open to go through it no matter what it was, and just go deeper and deeper and deeper into it, allowing it to change. And it changed. And the next day there was more, and that changed too. And the next day there was more, and that changed too. So it's like that was a real discipline that I got myself into. Now, I'm not telling you that it will work for you that same way. No, there's no comparison to be made. It's just the question is like, are you willing to step right into that? And taking time to literally come to the spot within you where that is completely open, as if there's a wound, and you return back to that, to give it everything, not to make a bigger wound of it, but more like, no, to give it everything, to let it resolve, to literally give it attention, and allowing the light to shine on it. See, this is difficult to express, but it's more like that was, for me at least, a part of the practice that worked in the sense of liberating, because every time you go into that and allow changes to occur, you feel the release. And this was what I shared too a moment ago. It's like the moment that you release one idea, you literally feel the energy flowing back to you, just because you don't give it anymore outside yourself, but you're literally taking responsibility for it to bring it back to yourself. Now this is a really beautiful practice in that sense, because you get results of it. Simply, it works perfectly. You feel inspired when you do so. You feel the flow of spirit when you do so. Releasing one idea totally, it comes back to you as energy. So that is the healing part, the rebirth part of this, what I was sharing. Now you see that basically, and this is really good to recognize too, it's like basically you're exactly in the right spot for healing to occur. You're exactly in the right circumstances to let a total healing occur to you. Like, don't change anything about that. No, you're in the perfect spot. Like, there's no better way, because literally the plan is working you, and the circumstances that seem to be so important, and you differentiate, like if that would be different and if that would be different, you compare and you do all kinds of things with it. But in the end, it really is totally meaningless what you are trying to compare and trying to sort out. Like that sorting out that you do in your mind is absolutely meaningless. And to know that saves you an incredible lot of time. if you can accept the place where you find yourself right now with all its impossibilities, with all its pain, its joys, its whatevers, it's like perfect circumstances, because you know what? It's already too late. Spirit is in. Spirit is in your situation. You connect with Spirit. Spirit is literally working with you exactly in the place where you find yourself. All the things that come up that don't seem to work really well, all the things that are painful or that are totally different than you expected, or that come with great uncertainty, or who knows what your situation is that you find yourself, is the perfect place, the perfect spot to allow a total healing or rebirth to occur to you. So don't look to change that. No, it's like allow this change to happen to you in the recognition that you are in good hands and that is taken care of. It is only for you to stay, be patient, to trust, to care for yourself, in the sense of don't try to solve your own thing. Don't try to fix yourself. Don't try to do this and that. It's like, no. You are in the perfect spot. So that's really important. Now, bringing that back to the whole idea of resurrection, in fact. It's like, because since this is the Easter week, since we're in 40 days to Easter, really, on day 35, we're actually getting in touch with this story of Jesus' story of the crucifixion first, and then the resurrection afterwards. Like, so this recognition that Master Teacher was talking about, and this is just for you to include even more in, to make that easier for you, like in terms of salvation, forgiveness and all this, is to include everything in that you think is not right in your life, to include everything in that doesn't seem to comply with your spiritual awakening, or that doesn't seem to work together with any idea that you hold about yourself. Include it all in. Literally, like Master Teacher compares it with Jesus, of course, but also that he was mocked in the streets. Who was that who walked in the streets that was mocked? That was you. Who was hanging on the cross? That was you. Who was like gambling the clothes away? That was you. Who was who was the Roman soldier? That was you. You know, it's like, this is all inclusive. This is your dream story. This is your dream story. Literally everything that is happening in your life that you point out to anyone that seemed to be the cause of your limitation, or the cause of your pain, or the cause of your who knows what. Like, all of that needs to be included into your recognition that it was you. That this is your dream, that you are the dreamer of this dream. It has no reality to it, including your ideas about yourself. Like, that needs to be repeated over and over again, because literally you exclude yourself even from your own dream. You think you're the only living thing running around in it. That's as far as you go. But here is like, no, you're included into that too. The story about yourself is still a story, and it's included in your dream. All of that has no reality and is already over. So that is the recognition, of course. That is the recognition. That's where you come to. So that's why we say, invite it all in. This is salvation. Include everything in. There's nothing to point at anyone. It all starts here and ends here. And even this, including this, is not real at all. But you can see that is the whole journey, in fact, that we're talking about. Where does this journey end? Well, the journey does end in the recognition that there's no such thing as death. Now look around you. look around you, the idea of death is very, very much alive, to say it like this, to say the least. Like, the idea of death is very much alive. It seems that lots of people are dying, that there's a lot of murder and a lot of, who knows, war and all kinds of ways where people are treated in a certain way that appears as death. Like, so that is very much in your awareness still. If you had no idea about it, you wouldn't see it. It would be completely dissolved. Just like I read in the manual for teacher, just this, what is resurrection? It's like the resurrection is in fact the moment you recognize that none of this has occurred and that there is no death, not even where you walk on this planet or wherever you go, that all that is gone. Now, you don't have to make that up, of course, so it has to be your own experience. Now, how am I going to bring this back to our healing moment together? So what I would love to do now is to show you, and this is like a moment in between. We have some quiet time together afterwards, in which but I want to show a video that Pierre made. It's like, the thing that I would love to do after that is to be still, and in fact just stand still with the ideas, like, what is there anything I'm excluding? Well, I'm going to include it now too into my experience of myself. Like, I'm bringing all that back to myself. And you might come up with situations, well, you are going to bring them back to yourself. So that is the invitation in the quiet time that I would love to do together. So you don't have to express that directly outside of yourself. This is just for you, an internal moment of see what comes to you. There's thou now, O soul. Walk out with me toward the unknown region, where neither ground is for the feet, nor any path to follow. No map there, nor guide, nor voice sounding, nor touch of human hand, nor face with blooming flesh, nor lips nor eyes are in that land. I know it not, O soul, nor dost thou. All is a blank before us, all waits undreamed of in that region, in that inaccessible land. Till when the ties loosen, all but the ties eternal, time and space, nor darkness, gravitation, sense, nor any bounds bounding us. Then we burst forth, we float in time and space, O soul, prepared for them, equal, equipped at last, O joy, O fruit of all, them to fulfill, O soul. Into the hands that give, the gift is given. Look on your brother and see in him the gift of God. You would receive. Into the hands that give, the gift is given. Look on your brother and see in him the gift of God. You would receive.